There are so many shocking red flags in Jay Z and Beyonce's relationship, with the latest example being an epic moment at the Grammys, where Jay publicly embarrassed Beyonce while leaving Swifties hurt after Jay Z did exactly what Kanye did to Taylor Swift in 2009 and 2015. That aside, did you know that Jay Z admitted that he was not 100% honest with Beyonce when they first started dating? Yep, the billionaire rapper confessed that he lied to his wife about many things and that their relationship was built on falsehood. Oh, Rihanna happens to be yet another shocking red flag. Even more shocking is the revelation that their 16-year-old marriage isn't a marriage, but a business arrangement with a specific goal. Trust me, there are many more shocking secrets and scandals that have rocked their relationship, which they have tried to hide from the public. And so in this video, we'll expose all the shocking, bizarre, and simply weird red flags in Beyonce and Jay Z's relationship, and why they are one of the most troubled couples in the music industry. You'll learn about Jay Z's constant infidelity, the fights and feuds with Beyonce's family, and the secret messages in their songs. In addition, we'll tell you the reason why Beyonce's father never liked Jay Z. If you stick around long enough, you'll also discover why Beyonce chose to stay in such a toxic relationship and what their real motives are. You'll be shocked by the juicy details, so let's get started. As we mentioned earlier, Jay Z admitted that he was not 100% honest with Beyonce when they first started dating. He revealed this in his 2017 song 444. Essentially, Jay Z admitted that their relationship started on a foundation of falsehood. If I may ask, shouldn't that count as a big red flag? Because when a relationship is built on lies, what else can you expect throughout the relationship if not lies? But why did Jay Z lie to Beyonce in the first place? Well, according to some sources, it was because he wanted to impress her and win her over. So he lied about his age and his past relationships. He also lied about being single when he was actually dating other women at the same time. One of those side chicks was Olivia McFaller, an up-and-coming rapper whom Jay Z met on the set of a 2008 Budweiser commercial in Miami. Though it was just months before he would be getting married to Beyonce, Jay didn't see anything wrong in messing around with other girls. At least, he wasn't officially married yet, right? While doing the commercial, Jay moved his chair close to Olivia's and they chatted briefly before he left. But a short while after leaving, Jay sent one of his bodyguards to get Olivia's number so he could call the next time he was in town. However, according to Olivia, she didn't give her number for two reasons. First, she thought it was immature for Jay to have sent a bodyguard rather than asking for the number himself. And secondly, she says she didn't want to disrespect Beyonce. But they later ran into each other at Nobu while she was hanging out with some friends and he was with his group of friends, including Beyonce's sister, Solange. They later left their tables and met up at a private hallway where they exchanged numbers. Did someone say another red flag? But Solange got suspicious of them and tracked them to that hallway. Solange's reaction was something Olivia would never forget. Olivia described it by saying, "She walked past and kind of peeped the whole thing, stared me down, like, you see me, right? But like I said, I wasn't trying to come on to him at all." We really gotta give it to Solange. She really looks out for her sister. But for now, back to 08. Jay Z and Beyonce eventually got married on April 4th, 2008 at Jay's New York City Tribeca penthouse. Barely 2 years after the wedding, Jay Z was involved in another scandalous case of infidelity, as Jay continued to cheat on Beyonce even after their wedding. It was reported by Hollywood Street King that Jay Z had been seeing another woman even before he and Beyonce got married in 08. This woman was revealed to be the well-connected publicist Kathy White. It wasn't only Jay who entered their relationship with falsehood. Beyonce also wasn't 100% clean either. Looking at the timeline of when Jay Z and Beyonce's relationship started, it's clear that there's a slight overlap between dating Jay Z and her ex-boyfriend Lyndall Locke. Lyndall was her first boyfriend and her high school sweetheart. Ironically, Beyonce left Lyndall because he was cheating on her, but hooked up with Jay Z, an even bigger cheat. She's certainly surrounded by wonderful men who are great at cheating. From her father to her first boyfriend and then her husband. Yeah, her father was also a serial cheat and even impregnated 2 women while still married to her mother. Another time that Jay Z cheated on Beyonce was in 2014 when he hooked up with Rachel Roy, a fashion designer and the ex-wife of his former business partner Damon Dash. Insiders even claim that Damon and Jay Z often exchanged girlfriends. This affair sparked a huge scandal when Beyonce's sister Solange attacked Jay Z in an elevator at the Met Gala. The footage of the fight was leaked to the media and it showed Solange kicking and punching Jay Z while Beyonce stood by and did nothing. The reason for the fight was reportedly because Jay Z wanted to go to a party with Rachel Roy and Beyonce refused to let him. Solange was furious and confronted him, and the rest is history as you know it. Beyonce herself confirmed that Jay Z was a cheat through several of her songs and albums. There's even a 2-minute video showing all of Beyonce's lyrics that point to Jay being a cheat. In 2016, she released her visual album Lemonade, which was a masterpiece of art and emotion. The album was a personal and powerful statement where Beyonce expressed her pain, anger, and forgiveness over Jay Z's consistent infidelity. She also hinted at the identity of his mistress, whom she called Becky with the good hair. She sang, "He only want me when I'm not there. He better call Becky with the good hair." Many fans and critics speculated that Becky was Rachel Roy, who seemed to taunt Beyonce on Instagram after the release of Lemonade. Rachel posted a photo of herself with the caption, "Good hair don't care, but we will take good lighting for selfies or self-truths always. Live in the light, hashtag no drama queen." However, Rachel later denied being Becky and said that she had nothing to do with Jay Z after she faced a lot of backlash and harassment from Beyonce's fans, who accused her of being a homewrecker. Talking of homewreckers, Beyonce also compared her marriage to her parents' failed marriage in her song Daddy Lessons. The song was a tribute to her father, Matthew Knowles, who was also her manager for several years before she found out he had 2 other children with 2 different women while still being married to Tina, Beyonce's mother. From several interviews that he gave before this scandal, Matthew stated that he has never liked Jay Z right from the beginning and doesn't care about him. The problem wasn't just that Matthew was probably feeling uncomfortable with his 18-year-old daughter dating 30-year-old Jay Z, but more because he could see Jay Z for who he truly is, a cheat. As they often say, game recognizes game, right? Jay Z did confirm his infidelity after the release of Beyonce's Lemonade album. In an interview with New York Style magazine in 2017, Jay admitted to cheating, saying, "You have to survive. So you go into survival mode, and when you go into survival mode, what happens? Shut down all emotions. So even with women, you're gonna shut down emotionally so you can't connect. In my case, it's deep. And then all the things happen from there, infidelity." He also revealed that Beyonce's album made him feel very, very uncomfortable. And we all know why, because the lyrics weren't just empty words, but words expressing emotions of pain and anger and threats that she'll divorce him if he cheats one more time. But with all these red flags and Jay Z being an unrepentant cheat, why did Beyonce choose to stay in such a toxic relationship, ignore all the screaming red flags, and not call for divorce? The reason is actually shocking. Beyonce didn't and couldn't call it quits with Jay Z no matter the number or severity of red flags, because all they have is simply a business arrangement and not a real marriage, just like her parents. A source told Page 6 that being the king and queen of pop music, Beyonce and Jay Z chose to remain married just for the sake of retaining their hold and title. This is partly the reason Beyonce doesn't want Rihanna getting too close to Jay Z, as she's another contender and a good replacement. In case you didn't know, another red flag is that Beyonce doesn't want any woman getting close to her husband, and who can blame her? We all know Jay's reputation around ladies. Ever since it was reported that Jay had an affair with Rihanna, B has always been suspicious of her, even though she and Jay both consider her their little sister. Let's get back to the shocking business arrangement between Jay and Beyonce. It is shocking to learn that Jay Z and Beyonce are actually keeping up appearances as married couples, when in fact there's no love or attraction between them. Not only do they sleep in separate rooms, but inside sources also claim that they live separate lives. You might want to argue that at the beginning they looked so in love, right? Well, not quite. At the beginning of their relationship, Beyonce's ex-boyfriend Lynn Dahl confronted her over rumors that she was dating Jay Z, but Bey denied it and reportedly said, "He's not even my type." In another interview, Beyonce also disclosed that she wasn't attracted to Jay Z, but to his mind, which seems to mean his good music. The question is, if there's no chemistry, then why marry him? We'll let y'all be the judge of that in the comment section below. Oh, Jay Z also said the same thing 3 years after they were already dating. During an interview in 2003, when asked who was closer to him between his girlfriend Beyonce and his rapper friend Memphis Bleek, Jay said he'd choose Memphis anytime, any day. That's after 3 long years of dating. Jay even added that Memph has been with me since 1994. Between Beyonce and him, Beyonce's gotta go. So, from the very beginning, they never really had that much of an intimate chemistry. They came together only because they saw what a great business opportunity it would mean, and what little chemistry they had fizzled out along the way. Let's not forget that Jay Z and Beyonce recently broke the internet after Jay Z embarrassed both Taylor Swift and Beyonce when he implied that Beyonce deserved to win the Grammys Album of the Year award more than anyone else, including Taylor Swift. Beyonce was left speechless and uncomfortable, bringing netizens to talk about the red flags in their 16-year-long marriage. But even their marriage, which Jay himself admitted was built on lies, is actually a sham, as insiders have revealed that all they have is a business arrangement, which explains why Beyonce can't file for divorce no matter the number of red flags, scandals, embarrassments, or infidelity Jay Z visits on her. But for how long will it last?